Hello, welcome to Yarn Lane. How are you? I know it's strange, isn't it? But it's fantastic. Now, Yarn Lane, if you've never joined us before, it's all about knitting and crochet. We've got some gorgeous things for you today. But before we start on that, I just want you to explain that you can send in messages and how you buy from Yarn Lane. So first of all, if you want to get a message in, you've got any questions, there are 3 different ways you can do that. You can email, which is studio@yarnlane.com, studio@yarnlane.com. They go through to producer Hannah and she will read them out to me down my earpiece. You can also send me a message on Facebook Live, which is what I have here on the desk with me. That's Yarn Lane TV. Oh, and I can see there are some of you there watching on there. No messages yet. Or, of course, you can go to the Yarn Lane website, www.yarnlane.com. And then what you can do is if you click on Watch Live, you'll see me there. Oh, in a minute, you'll see me. Now, see on the right-hand side, there's a little square there. You can send your message in there. And I don't know what it'll say. I can't see what Hannah's typing. Hello. You click on that, send it through, and then that will come up. Not all of them, because sometimes we're inundated with messages, but some of them will come up across the bottom of the screen. Now, while we're on the website, have a look at today's. Now, this is the first time we have ever had lace weight yarn on the show. We're very, 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 very excited. Nicola's here to show us all about that. And then, up. Right? We've got a surprise coming up later. I didn't want to give it away then. So you can click on those. You can buy it. Now, if you've already bought something from Stone Street this morning, it's the same warehouse. So it means that you'll only pay 1 P&P. There's only 1 P&P to be paid if you've bought from Yarn Lane already, from Sewing Street this morning. And again, if you buy from Yarn Lane now and then buy something later on from the Sewing Street website, as long as it's before midnight to midnight, you just pay 1 P&P of £3.95, even if you bought a sewing machine or something like that. Right. Let me introduce these kits first of all, and then we'll go to talk to Nicola about what it all is and where it's come from and everything like that. So I've got 3 colourways, but the 3 colourways are all 3 different patterns as well. So it's not, normally we go, here's the pattern, we've done it in pink, green and yellow. It's not like that at all. Each colourway comes with a different pattern. You get the pattern in your bundle. So if you make, for example, right, this is the first one, right? So this one is called Vintage Lace, this one's called. This is beautiful. Look at it. It's like a cobweb. It's just, look at that. Oh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Gorgeous. So now this one is called Vintage Lace. And what you get in your bundle for this one, and then now again, the Vintage Lace only comes in that one colourway. But what I'm saying is you've got the pattern in your bundle. Comes in this lovely, organza bag. And there's your yarn. I'll just get out the bag. Oh, look at the colours in there. We'll talk all about the dyeing and everything in a second. Beautiful. It feels lovely, and it's so lightweight and gorgeous. What we'll do is I'll ask Nicola what they're all made of and everything when we go to it in a second. I just want you to have a look at all the different. Then you can decide as we're talking about the show which ones you want to check out on. £24.99 is that one. Then we're moving on to the falling leaves. Look at this. This is so delicate. Oh, this is beautiful. The colour as well is extraordinary. £24.99. Again, in the kit, I'll take the yarn out of the bag for you. There's the yarn that you're going to make it out of. Now, isn't it funny? Because the colours in the yarn, is that called a shank? Hank is, I'll get it right one day. Look, but how lovely. Because the blues are so soft, aren't they, and delicate. So that's that pattern. So again, please note it's a different pattern and a different colourway. And then last but not least in this section, we've got more coming up later as well. We've got a world exclusive coming up in a minute as well. This, I love this. Look at this one, right? This one is called Raindrops. Oh, look at those. Now, that's unusual, isn't it? That's really interesting. And it's so soft and gorgeous. Here is, loads of people coming in for this one. There's the colourway on this one. Yes, Hannah, thank you. Hannah's telling me how it's dyed, but I've got Nicola here to tell me all that. So don't worry. Hannah's going, and that's how they do this one, and that's how they do that one. Thank you, Hannah. Right, okay. So let's welcome Nicola from Twink Knits. How the devil are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I haven't seen you for ages. How have you been?
9th of January.
Is that when it was?
The last time I was here, yeah.
No.
Yes, flown.
Right, okay, so tell me, these are beautiful, by the way, absolutely gorgeous.
It's lovely lace weight, isn't it?
But what is lace weight then?
It's this is a merino yarn, and it's 2-ply, so it's very, very fine. So to my normal yarns, you can...
Oh, yes. And
it's light as a feather.
Yes.
There's a lot more metres in this one. There's 800 metres.
Oh, my word. And do you need 800 metres to do a scarf?
No, you can... What I've done is I've left it open because it takes quite a while. It's not as quick as the willow shawl. The willow shawl you can do within, but this one takes forever to knit because it doesn't...
But because it's finer
It's finer, but the needles I've used is 4mm, so it's not so bad for people's hands as well.
Yes.
Going to a 2 or a 3mm, it's really hard on your hands.
Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, how did you start? What's the history behind all of this? This is a Cottage Garden, what's been always a favourite from day one here. Yeah.
So we thought we'd bring it back and I'd do the vintage lace. But
so it's a colourway that you do in other yarn.
I've done it in the willow shawl. It's been very popular in the willow shawl.
So you've now dyed a batch of the 2-ply in that colourway.
Yeah, right. Cottage Garden. The names are on the roll bands for you, the colourway of the wool. Now there's a little story behind this one.
Oh yes.
That I have a little tatty piece of paper that my mum gave me many, many years ago with just basic instructions on it to knit something.
Yes.
Which makes a very delicate, this is 4-ply baby coat.
Right.
Which I wore these as a baby and my mum wore them as a baby. So it's been passed down the family from my nana to my mum and my mum to me.
Oh.
And this is a little scrappy piece of paper. I do really need to laminate it, but it's really faded. And it gives you the basic stitches. It's basically squares.
Just pop it down on the table so we can do a close-up of it.
Turn it right way around. It's basically squares, this little baby.
We're just going to get the... There you go. So that little piece of paper has just got the...
Basic
I'm not going to ask how old it is, but it's a little piece...
30-odd years old.
Little piece of paper with the stitches to make the front panel...
The front panel, the back panels, they're mostly like little square oblongs.
Right. Oh, okay. So to make an oblong shape of that panel.
And the back is sort of a little bit different. It's more like this, but we have a little channel up this and we fold our sleeves over. I'm going to bring it into a knitting pattern eventually, but it's a bit awkward to get the sewing up. I know how to do it.
Yes,
it's trying to write that bit down, how you fold your sleeves over and sew it in.
So that's like a family heirloom.
It is a family heirloom.
Well, that is. And also the piece of paper with the notes on.
It is. So I decided to, because I love knitting this basic, it's a basic 4-row feather and fan pattern.
Oh, yes.
And I know the pattern in my head because I've done so many of these. So I thought it's nice to bring it in something modern.
And that's this one. It's the only one with that feather. Oh, I can see it now. I've laid it down. I can see it. So that's what... Is that made of a thicker...
No, this is 4-ply.
So that's a thicker...
This is basically short-bought yarn.
Yeah.
You know.
So this is made from this, which is 2-ply.
The 2-ply merino lace weight, which is the Cottage Garden.
Yeah. And how do you get these colours in here? Because you dye all of this, don't you? We
do dye them. We syringe sometimes. We use syringes to syringe bits on.
Right.
And then we use a little salt shaker, you know, spice shaker, and we speckle. This is a bit speckled. I'll open this one up. So we'll put that there.
Yeah.
And you can see it's a lot thicker. There's so much more on this one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you stay there. You go. Perfect. Caution of stock. This one's gone already. Just so you know, we're only 10 minutes into the show. They're beautiful, aren't they?
And we just splash bits of different colour on it. It's pinks with.
And you say there's 800 metres.
There's 800 metres, so it's double the willow shawl.
Of course,
the willow shawl is 400 metres, and this is 800 metres.
But it's still 100 grams, isn't it? So
it's still 100 grams, and what I've done is I've left on the bottom of the pattern that you can stop at any point after you repeat. Just keep repeating your 4-row pattern row, and you can do whatever length you want.
So you can keep going. So if you just want a shorter one, if you like a little cravatty one, you can stop.
If you want shorter,
or you can just keep going till the end of the.
Because that one's quite long on me, but you can do it a lot shorter if you pop it round your neck. That's it. You can do it shorter or longer. Soft. It is so soft, and it's lightweight for spring.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, of course.
People like.
But the thing is, you can wear it as a fashion.
Yeah.
item, couldn't you? Not just something to keep you warm or anything. It's just beautiful.
You know, like when spring comes, people just like the little lightweight skirts.
Yeah.
On, then this is why I decided to go with lace weight this time. But
well, yeah, Hannah's thinking she wants to wear it on a day out when we're allowed to go on
the
days
races.
out. What?
The races.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Out, so let's now. Are we going to do some? Are we going to do some making of them today? Knitting of them.
Well,
today?
I'm going to show this one with a couple
Okay,
of
so let's move on
because
to
there's a little decrease on the falling leaves one.
Yeah.
Which people sometimes struggle with because on the Cottage Garden one, it's just basically yarn forward, knit two together, and
right.
it's a very simple and then 3 rows of knit, purl, knit. So this one is a bit more to it.
Okay, so now this one is called Falling Leaves.
We got it the right way this time.
Yeah.
There's a right way and a wrong way on that one.
So there's Falling Leaves. That's Raindrops.
That's it, which is this wool. Now this one.
So now this wool, this is Falling Leaves. There you go, there's the pattern there. So it's you get 100 grams of lace weight yarn. You need to use 4mm straight needles, and you need to knit a purl, a yarn over, knit 2 stitches together, and a SSKPO and an SSK. So are you going to show us now then how we create this amazing
I'm going to show
Falling
you,
Leaves shape?
I just costed this on last night, and I'm just going to show you the basic, the SSK. It's a decrease.
Oh, what?
A decrease, like a knit 2 together, but we don't do the knit 2 together on it. We do it a different way.
Right, now you're doing it in a completely different yarn.
In double knit. I just thought it'd be easier for
to see. Right, okay, so yours will be this lovely light lace weight.
I'll open
you're
my
just going to show
yarn
we're making it in pink. There isn't a pink colourway, it's just to show you the stitches.
So we slip the first stitch and we slip
yeah, there we go.
the second stitch, and then we put the needle through them and we do our decrease.
Right.
So I'll just do a couple of knits. My needles are too long because they're banging on the table.
Yeah, you've got one stuck under your arm and one banging on the table.
And,
Do you need we did say we'd bring you an armchair, didn't we, next time you're in, so you could just sit
that's
in
the thing, I'm not used to knitting standing up. So we slip the first stitch, we slip the second stitch, then we use our left hand needle and we go through the 2 stitches and we do our decrease.
Right.
So we'll do 2 knit stitches.
So 2 normal stitches knit,
and
then you take slip, 2 off, slip 2, then you go back with your left needle through those 2
loops like
this.
this.
I could do this.
Can you do that?
I'm not going to do it today.
I should have brought a set of needles for you. So that's our slip.
And that's it.
Yeah, so we slip, slip, knit, and it makes a little decrease, like a knit 2 together.
Yeah.
Where we would do a normal knit 2 together, we'd go put the needle, the right hand needle through the 2 stitches on the left hand needle like that.
Yeah.
Which brings it it does it the opposite way on, but it makes it a very neat stitch.
So how do the holes appear then?
The holes appear when you do a yarn over.
Oh, okay,
so
we haven't got to that bit yet then.
So I'll just finish do my row back.
So the bit you're creating, in the stitching you're doing, are you creating this like kind of wavy line?
Yes,
you're
it curves in,
line.
doesn't it, on it. So
and then, so now you're going to do...
I'm going to just show...
Oh, you got to get to the end of the row, sorry.
I'm going to do the yarn over is just basically put your wool over your needle, and then either you knit your next stitch. I can do it here actually, so we'll just go over.
Susan's looking forward to this show. Claire's very excited, looking forward to this. The yarns look lovely. Janice, they're beautiful, the yarns, absolutely beautiful. And who said what? Lexi said I look like Audrey Hepburn. Oh, yeah, fine.
I'll open the wool up in a minute because this wool is a dipped one. The
green one, yeah. Okay,
it's
we'll
half.
Look at that in a second.
It's half.
I want to see how you do the holes.
The holes.
Yeah.
There's got for your wools.
The lace. Yeah.
Right. So we do a knit 3. Start of the first row. Knit 3. Then we do our knit 2 together, and then we do our put the yarn back. We do our purl 2.
You do what?
Purl 2. We're doing the first bit of the row.
Yeah.
And then we're doing our yarn
over.
Yarn over. So we just go down from here when we've done our purl, because we're all at the front of the wool facing me. We go round like that, and then we do our knit 1. Now we could do a yarn over again, but we're doing purl 2, so we go like that. Just wind it round.
Oh.
And we do our purl 2. And then we've got the SSK. So we do our S, knit, knit, and our knit.
Oh, okay, okay.
Together.
Yeah.
And that's
so that's carrying on the ridgy bit.
this
I've
is
got
making your holes, and
Yeah.
then this is doing the decrease of the wavy bit.
Yes,
so
yes, yeah.
that's the first 2 rows of the holes done on the beginning of the shawl, of the
Right.
scarf.
Yeah.
And then we can just knit to end. And then our second row is a mixture of pearls and knits.
Right.
It's not a straight pearl row.
No. Don't be looking at what I'm looking at. Go to switch this one off a minute. Emma, there you go. Thank you.
So we'll just knit pearl to the end. I'll just do a basic pearl row.
Yeah, you keep
It
going.
won't
I'm
show
just
me
checking
pattern.
something over here.
I've got a pattern for you on here.
Oh, okay. I'm opening this one now.
It's
sorry.
fine.
I'll put it back together.
So we carry along. I'm just doing the basic pearl just to speed it up a bit, then doing the pearl 7 and knit 2, and then we start with our third row. So we do the knit 2, the knit 2 together, and we do our pearl 2, and this time we've got some little brackets, so we do it twice in brackets. Knit 1.
What does it mean when it's in brackets?
That you repeat it.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it'll say repeat. I've put twice at the end. Sometimes it's just do it. You don't need brackets if you're doing it once. So we're doing our knit 1, then we're going yarn over again.
Yeah.
Then the knit 1, the pearl 2, and then we're doing the SSK. So we're doing the slip, slip, and then the little decrease, which leans on an angle, the decrease. I don't know if they can see it if I put it flat.
Oh, hang on. We'll just bring the camera to you. Hang on, hold it there.
I need to go here.
There you go, perfect.
So it makes a little decrease to one side. And then we've started the holy bits as it's the lace bits. And
so it's all safe, isn't it? That's not all going to come unravelled where the hole is.
No,
it's all knitted in,
it's
isn't
knitted in, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see from here, yeah.
Yeah, you can pull it and...
Yeah.
Unless you drop a stitch, then it'll run right down to the bottom.
Yeah,
but,
we don't want to do that.
Yeah. And then we just repeat I think there's 16 rows pattern on this, so it's a long-winded pattern, this one.
Right.
So we just repeat those until the required length you want. You can either go shorter, you can go longer.
Oh, okay. So you just go do the pattern, then do it as many times. So every 16 rows, you've done a complete thing. Then you start again.
Pattern, and then we just go back to it. Just says repeat the last 16 rows until you have 70 inches. This is when I block it, because I need to bring blocking next time.
Yes, you do, yeah.
I was thinking about it, but I ran out of time. But
no, don't worry.
To show you the difference, because if you don't block it, it's really crinkled up, and it opens the lace out. It's lovely to block it.
So it won't look like this when you're knitting it. It's not going to look like this. It's going to be a little bit scrunched together.
But it does open it up.
So it's blocks of 16. What happens if you get to a length that you finish with and you're only on row 8? Can you still finish at row 8?
You could do, but you can sometimes finish halfway through a pattern, but then it's not going to be match at the beginning or the end.
No. I just want to ask, because I don't know about knitting. So it's best to do it in the blocks of 16. So if it was another one that was in blocks of 12, you'd do the 12, whatever. So that finishes it off. It doesn't. And what happens at the beginning and the end? Is there a special stitch, or do you just...
I just do a basic, I just cast on, but I do a cable cast on the basic. On. Shall I show?
Just for some people who might not know.
And then
we'll move on to the next one. Oh no, I need you to unravel the green dye.
I will do.
Yarn as well.
I'll just show you. I do it like this sort of cast on. It's quite quick. So I just start with my loop. What everybody knows how to make the loop, and then I put my needle in the back, and then I've got my 2 stitches. Now I go in between my 2 stitches.
Right.
And then I cast on this way.
Is this how all of them, you've started all of them?
I always use this way to cast on. People sometimes use this way to cast on in the back of the stitch.
So it's up to them how they
Or they use the thumb to cast on.
Oh, okay.
Where you wind it round your thumb. But I always go between the 2 stitches.
Yeah.
And then go like that. These needles are a bit too long, these ones today. The other ones are shorter. But this is, I like my long needles.
Yeah.
But yes.
They do look a bit lethal. They're not the ones you can put in your hair, are they? You often see people
These are the
put their hair
These
up.
are the Knit Pro ones.
They're what?
The Knit
right.
Pro
yeah,
ones,
yeah.
these ones.
Oh.
So
right, okay, I've
we'll
got a
unravel-
question for you first of all. Is that coming on the bottom of the screen? Okay, so just tuned in. These look beautiful. How good a knitter do I need to be to do them? So, no, Karen, don't worry, Karen and Kent. You don't need to, don't ever say sorry for question.
I would say the pink one is, if you can knit, you can purl, you can knit, do your knit two together and you can do your yarn over. The vintage lace one and this one,
which we'll come to in a second.
We'll come to in a second, are the basic 4-row patterns. They're the easiest one.
Okay.
This one has got the SSKP, so it's basically slip 2 stitches, knit 1 and pass slip stitch over to make it to that little
But
point.
if you do a practice first on 4-ply, so you can see the size of the stitches and everything, and then you can
If you're very tight knitter, go up a size needle. It doesn't matter. You'll have enough wool. There's plenty of wool.
I need to tell you that this first one that we showed, over half the stock of that one's gone already. This one is very popular too. Now you want to open the yarns because this is dyed in a different way, isn't it? This one.
This one's dipped. We dip it into bowls. This one, so it's like.
So it's white to start with.
Yeah,
just off white.
Off white.
And you literally just dip the bottom half
in
into
and
the
go
pale.
up and down.
Yeah.
However dark we want it, but because I wanted it very light and delicate.
Just dip it a few times.
Just a couple of times, and then. But yeah, it's very.
So is there a little bit where have you got the colours overlapping, or is there a little bit of white between the two?
It sort of fades in, mixes a little bit, and they sort of fade into each other on this one.
I love it when because I used to do dyeing of fabrics and things, and you dip it in first of all, leave it a while, then pull out, then just dip it in a little bit, keep it so you can cause an ombre effect as well, can't you? They're beautiful.
So we sort of fold this one halfway in the middle.
Yeah.
So I've just found my middle part on this, and then dip it with our hand there, and then we go the other side.
Oh, okay.
Like
Is the dye hot? Is the water hot?
Lukewarm water. We have this special kettle now, you know, glass kettle, and it's at 8% temperature. The kettle, you press it has 3 buttons on it. You press the buttons, so you can have your boiling water, what you would make to make your cup of coffee, and then you've got another button at 8% because it mixes the dye better sometimes.
Oh, you see, in my day when we were doing fabrics, we had a great big bin like this with flames under. You had to light the flames underneath it, and then the water would be bubbling away.
We just put it in bowls. We have kitchen worktop.
Do you only ever do that sort of size? You don't do a bigger thing. You literally only do it in the 100-gram pieces when you're dyeing. And
each one is done individual.
So they're all going to be
So we'll have a bucket.
We
soak them all in a big bucket beforehand. Yeah. And then we get one out of the bucket when we're ready to dye it. And
it has to be wet, doesn't it?
It has to be wet, and then we just dye it, and then so
each one is an individual work of art by you.
We don't do it a big batch in a bowl. Each one is done individual. But I mean, this is it's very fine. It's not to everybody's taste 4-ply because it seems never ending to knit with because it's so. 2-ply.
2-ply.
Sorry, I've said 4-ply.
Yeah, you did. 2-ply.
I've been knitting so much 4-ply recently. It is so.
It is, isn't it?
Fine. It's like a strand of hair.
But that's what makes it look like a cobweb, isn't it?
Yes,
being that
and
fine.
It's light as a feather.
Yeah. No, I can tell you that. The scarves, you hardly know that. It's like a not fondant. What's that? Just like a Zabaglione, just lovely and soft and everything. Right, need to go on to the third one now because we haven't looked at the third one yet. This is beautiful. So this one is called Raindrops.
And this is the colour for the year.
And this is now, what's the colour of the oh yeah, this is the Pantone. Yeah, Lemon Blossom. It's beautiful. Oh, sorry, put it in shot. Yellow and grey Pantone colour of the year. And then we've thrown some splatters in there. Oh, now that's interesting. So when you've got that, when it's white, how do you do that then?
Right. This is dipped at either end.
Right.
The grey is silver grey.
Do you then wait for the grey bit to dry before it's all still stays wet?
It's all still wet.
Yeah.
Then the centre part is dipped.
In the yellow.
We'll do it. So it's dipped once at one end.
Yeah.
Then the middle part's dipped, and then we get a syringe and we squirt it on the pink, which brings it. It's got a bit yellow in it.
So the bit that you squeeze on is also liquid.
It's also
not the powder. I thought you could kind of flick.
Sometimes you can use the powder, and sometimes we use the liquid.
The powder wouldn't get as striking as that, would it? With the powder, you just get the odd little fleckle where the
sometimes the powder spreads though. You know, when it touches the water, so it doesn't always. Some yarn you can get really nice speckles on it, but some of it spreads a bit more than speckles, and you get your splodges.
Yeah.
But This is my favourite.
No, that's amazing because you'd think, so as you're knitting that, you're going to start off in the kind of grey, then it's going to suddenly turn yellow, and then it's going to turn grey again, and then it's going to turn yellow again, isn't it?
It's sort of random. I should have brought me a little bit what I had left, you know, to unravel a bit. But
you wouldn't think though that well, this is obviously your expertise, that would make this. You can't.
And this is the shawl as well.
Oh, okay. Is that the 4-ply version?
That's the 4-ply. This is the new one, which is done in the same one colourway.
Yeah.
But it knits up. It's totally different.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That does. Doesn't it?
It shows it totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Got a nice comment for you from Linda. Says it's so nicely yellow yarn. Normally everything is pink. I don't do pink. I love all your patterns. All my love from Linda in Swansea.
Oh, that's really
nice, isn't it?
Really
so
nice.
lovely. So now, talk to me about this one. Are we going to show how to knit this one, or is this one quite simple?
It's a very simple one. It's just a basic. I have to find sheet paper.
She says it's just a basic.
It's a basic. It's just.
2/3 this one's gone already.
It's my favourite one. This one.
Oh, is it?
It's my favourite colour. I like greys, but I do also like the yellow and the splash of pink.
Do what?
The splash of pink on it.
It's more than pink, though, isn't it? Mind you, see, on the wool, on the yarn, it looks like, oh, that's going to be really too bright. But actually,
it doesn't. Even on the shawl that I've got on.
It's amazing. But that's your expertise. I would look at that and go, oh, I've gone a bit overboard with the pink. But actually, it's just the most beautiful, subtle
it's
fleck,
delicate.
isn't
It's delicate. It really is.
Are you all right there? You got
yeah,
caught on your microphone.
I've just got caught.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, a little delicate shoulder and the microphone aren't meant to go together. But yours is yours is the same dye bath, but you've done it in 4-ply. I haven't got that.
You've not got this one. This is. I just thought I'd show the difference.
Yeah.
How it totally looks different in the willow shawl, but that's very different.
See, very different, and yet it's the same. You've dyed it exactly the same way.
But the yarn's different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I've got 2-ply and you've got 4-ply.
2-ply and I've got that's in 4-ply. But yes, it totally looks so different.
Also, it shows the difference, doesn't it? How lace weight and how 4-ply knits up.
You can feel the difference.
Yes,
and
I
that
can see
is
from
so
here.
delicate.
Yeah.
It's really lovely.
But it's hard wearing it, so you can wash it and everything, can't you?
I'd say with this one, wash it by hand.
Right,
Lukewarm water.
I'd always wash all of these by hand.
This one would go in the washing machine.
Oh, does it?
I put my socks in the washing machine, yeah. On a woolly wash.
A woolly wash?
Yeah, because this one's got a touch of nylon in. So
because in socks you need 20% of, or 25% nylon, don't exactly.
So this one does go in the washing machine, but this one is 100% merino.
Now, where does merino wool come from then?
Well, this one it comes from the Falkland Islands.
Oh, right. No, we had some wool the other day that come from the Falkland Islands. Hannah said, do they have sheep in the Falkland Islands? They have hundreds of sheep, don't they?
Yeah. But
oh, gorgeous. Hang on. So, but merino, isn't that originally they're from Spanish merino? The Spanish wool. They're special. You can't eat the meat of a merino wool sheep. You know, like
you can with
like you can with normal sheep. No, merino ones were specially bred just for their wool, but the meat was. I don't eat meat, so I'm right. Okay, now we've done those 3, but now in my trolley here. We're not doing the world exclusive yet, are we?
No, we're going to leave that to the last, I think, the world exclusive, because I've not posted that one anyway.
Right,
one of them I have. Which one are you going for next?
I'm picking up this blue one next,
the
blue and lilac one. Now, we're leaving lace weight, aren't we? And we're going to 4-ply now.
These other ones are little extras. I started off with 3, then I had a thought. I thought, I'm knitting this. Oh, I'll ring Rebecca and say, can we have another one? And then I had another thought. Oh, we need to bring a couple more.
Exactly. So this is 4-ply, and this is called. Oh, this is the willow. This is the one
willow,
you're wearing.
This is the willow one I'm wearing. But I decided to do it in this colour because.
And this is a new colourway.
This is a brand new colourway.
Brilliant.
It's really
what do we call this one then? So now this is 80% merino, 20% nylon. Oh, so you can make socks out of this?
You can make socks. This is sock yarn.
400 metres, 100 grams. Has it got a colour on it? I haven't got a colour written on mine. Oh, I have delphinium.
That's it.
Delphinium. Oh, that's so delphinium, isn't it?
But if you pick that one up and you pick your lace weight up, you can feel the difference.
Oh, no, yes.
And, you know, how much lighter it is and softer.
What was that question, Hannah? For a beginner, is it easier to use 4-ply or lace weight?
4-ply.
4-ply. And also, it'll knit up quicker, won't it?
It does knit up quicker. The 4-ply is nice to knit with. I've tried to go with 4mm needles, and this is done on 4.5mm needles.
Oh, okay.
So your standard double knit yarn for knitting patterns is 4mm.
Yeah.
So instead of doing a 2 or a really fine, because they bend the needles and they're very, very thin, I've gone with a 4mm needle. But you could actually go up to, if you're a very tight knitter on the lace weight, you can go to a 4.5mm needle, because everybody's different.
Right, just put the shawl out on the table so we can have a look at what we'd make with that pattern. So now, where'd you start?
At the beginning.
At the beginning.
At the bottom of the shawl.
At the bottom of the little V.
At the little V, and we wait.
Can you get that? Sorry, Emma, is it too far forward?
I might need my needles.
Okay, can you just pull it towards you a tiny, tiny, tiny bit so we can just have a look at the shape? So you start at that V at the far end away from you.
This end.
Yeah. And then to get wider, wider, wider.
Excuse me, we do the increase, they knit in the front and the back. I'll show you how to do all
Oh,
that.
brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
We're doing the blue.
Yeah.
And we increase it, and as we're going along, because this pattern's in little sections, so we've got 9 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a little bit at the top, 9.
Yeah.
And we work through each one, which is the basic garter stitch, what everybody knows, how it starts off basically when we first learn to knit our garter stitch. Then we do our stocking stitch.
Right, now stocking stitch is knit one row, purl
one row.
Yeah.
And then
See, I'm learning.
And then we go back to our garter stitch,
yeah.
and then we do still this little lace section. Now, a lot of people have got a bit confused with this, and I've tried to alter the pattern again.
Oh, okay.
Because people were doing it wider and they weren't having enough wool for later
Oh,
on.
okay.
So we're doing 6 lots of little holes. It's 6 rows in total. So
Right.
we do 6 rows, no more than 6. So we do our basic. Where's my pattern? I'll have to whip that one.
Yeah.
I've got patterns galore here.
Yeah.
We do our basic, where is it? Knit row. And then we do our second row is the eyelet row.
Yeah. Is that what it's called, eyelet?
It's usually an eyelet or a holy roll, whatever people want to call it. And we just do 6, so there's no more than 6. It doesn't need to be any wider.
Yeah.
Because people are getting a bit muddled.
So if you make that wider, it uses up a lot of wool, does it?
You'll use more wool because you're going to do another 6 rows and another 6 rows. So I've
of
simplified the pattern to make sure, and I've tried to clarify it again.
Yes.
That it's 6 rows in total. So repeat the first 2 rows 4 times more. So
but you're adding on each row, are you? Because it's
on this one, you add on each row with the knit front and back.
Yeah.
On both the knit row and then the other. When you turn your needles round again, you would do that one, which I'll show you how to.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be brilliant. And then
I'll
after we've done
unravel
this, I'll just need to do a recap because they're all selling really quickly.
I'll unravel the wool as well.
Oh, you're not going to knit with it though. So
Not that
now
one.
you're knitting with a different 4-ply now.
This is double knit. It was what I had
Double
last
knit, yeah.
year for the hot water bottles.
Oh,
what
yes,
I had,
of course,
so
yeah.
we just we knit into the front like we normally do, and then we knit into the back of the stitch. We don't take it off our left hand needle,
Right.
and that gives us our 2 stitches.
Right.
So I'll do it on the next stitch, but I'm only doing it at the beginning of the stitches.
Yeah.
So we knit, we don't take it off, and then we knit back into the stitch.
Okay. And
So
what's that doing then? That's
It's doing the increase.
so that's adding the one on, right?
We do it at the start of the row and the end of the row.
You don't do 2, so you've only done 2 just to show us what they are. You literally do 1 at each end.
1 at each end. So it's called knit in front and KFB, so knit in front and back. So we knit it, we don't take it off, and we knit back into the stitch. So you're creating 2 stitches.
Yeah.
So we knit, and we just knit into the back of it. I prefer to knit it with it under my arms, but I go a bit too
You do that,
quick.
we'll come and find you. There you go, there you go.
That's it.
So the graphics that are on screen at the moment, this is not the Delphinium one. You're not seeing the Delphinium one, but this is the knitting to do it.
So we just basically do, the increase at the ends, and that gives us it's like a little triangle.
Yeah. How do you do the...
Lace debate, so yarn over again.
Oh, okay.
And yarn over, knit 2 together.
Yeah. Let's double
I've got
check
the glass.
now.
Double check, I'm sure it is. I knit so many of
Who
them.
wrote these patterns?
I knit so many of these. I've got loads of them at home. In every colour going. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a knit 2 together, the lace bit.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the row and yarn over, which is very, very.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Open the yarn
wool.
for me, yeah. So now this is 80% merino wool, 20% nylon. So you can use it for a shawl, you can use it for socks, because you need to have nylon when you do this. Now, would that be enough to make a pair of socks?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Size 9 pair of socks as well. Size 9 pair of socks you can get out of one of
I'm a
these.
size 9. Yeah. Right, so you take the white yarn.
The white yarn, we soak it.
Yeah.
And then we dip it.
In the blue.
In the blue, and then we've got, this is plum.
Oh, okay.
Speckled. So it's speckled a lot better, this one.
Now, how do you make sure that it dyes? Okay, the ones on the outside have all got blue on them.
You turn it over.
But what about the ones that go inside? There you go. You have to keep checking to make sure.
We make sure you don't want to go too mad with the speckles, because then it'll go a bit too probably like this.
Yeah.
If you overdo it, the less the better, I always think.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do have mishaps and it doesn't always go to plan. But some of it's plain. But we just stab it down and turn it over.
It's so lovely. Do I get carried away and think, oh, let's try this colour, let's try that colour? I'll be there trying to all sorts of different colours. Right, I've got a message for you. Okay, it's from Jan, it's from Jan. Uncanny. I was only thinking the other day that a kettle you could set the temperature would be handy. Thanks, Nicola, from Jan. There you go. Right, before we go any further, I need to do a recap. Just in case people are dithering or whatever, I need to do a recap. Right, so the lace weights, I'm going back to lace weights now. Right, this is vintage first. That's this one. Right, hang on. This is vintage. So, hang on, let me move that over there. This is, now, each of these, if you just tuned in, each of these, they're not a different colourway of the same pattern. So this is vintage, right? So this is your kind of scallop, what did you call this?
Feather and fan.
Feather and fan, not scallop at all. Feather and fan. It's called Cottage Garden. You get 800 metres, which is 100 grams. Let me move that on there. That and the instructions to make this one. Currently the most popular one of the range of the lace weight so far. And you need size 4 needles. Oh, there's only 9 left. There's only 9. At 20 to 1, there's only 9 left. The colour is beautiful though, isn't it? So let me put that back in there. And that one goes in there. Now the next one is called Falling Leaves, which is this. I love this colourway. I'm shocked that this wasn't in the lead, to be honest. Oh, half the stock's gone. Half the stock's gone. I just think that's lovely. Now, if you're a beginner, this is the one is slightly more difficult than the one I've just shown you and the one I'm about to show you because of the holes and the
SSK
things. What's that called? That cable?
SSK, the decrease.
This thing here, the wobbly line.
The decrease part of it,
Yeah.
the SSK.
SSKs. You think they'd have romantic names for them, wouldn't you? Oh, it's an SSK, that one. So what you get in this one, now this is different, this yarn, because this has been not the dip dyed or the speckled. This is literally, well, it has been dipped, but it's the solid blue and the solid green to give you that different thing in the colours there. There it is on the stand, on the mannequin. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. Right, okay, so move that one on, that goes in there. That goes in there. Right, my last lace weight one is this one, which is very, very popular. There you go. So, isn't it brilliant? Now, apparently this is easy. Apparently this is so easy, and yet it looks like it's going to be really difficult, doesn't it? Okay, I've got a quick question across the bottom. Does Nicola have a website? Will there be more stock of the lace weight wool because it's absolutely beautiful from Lexi?
I have a little Etsy shop, but I'm looking into doing a website. I used to have one.
Oh, you need to, because no offence to Etsy, but if you did it on your website, you get all the money. You wouldn't have to pay them a commission.
I know. I used to have one, but last year they didn't do it, stopped doing it for some reason.
Oh, what? And they just...
The company, and they gave everybody a month's notice.
Oh,
but I used to have a very known website, but I used to knit cakes and...
Knit cakes?
Yeah, it used to be called Truly Scrumptious Knitted Food.
Truly Scrumptious Knitted Food. I don't understand a knitted cake because I want to eat it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you need to get that. So what are you called on Etsy then?
I'm on Twink Knits.
Oh, just Twink Knits.
You can find me on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
If I have a little page, but it diverts it every day, but they can buy direct from me. So just message me on Facebook, and I'm quite happy to do it in a different colourway. Dye anything what I have can always be done in a different colourway.
Oh, fantastic.
And I don't charge anything extra for dyeing.
Oh,
if it's
but
lace
that's the
weight,
thing, is they're one-offs. It's not like you've got to put a whole set in and like some fabrics you have to do 1,000 metres or whatever. No. It's literally you'll get 100 grams of it and start dipping
I can do it in 4-ply or double knit on lace weight, so I can do any colour basically. If people want to say to me, "Oh, can you do it in purple?" Or,
yeah, oh nice. Right, okay, so
happy.
this is this one here, which is called Raindrops. That keep falling on my head. There's your yarn. There's your instructions. Oh, there's only 8 of those left. When you've all checked out, there's only 8 of those left. Well, this is going to be amazing because wait till repeat later or YouTube later. and they'll all have gone. They'll all have gone. So if you have got them in your basket, you do need to check out. Right, and then the only other thing I've shown you this afternoon is this one here, which is a willow, but in delphinium. And now this is now 4-ply. This is not lace weight. And this is the one that's on the desk over there in front of Nicola. There you go. There it is. There it is on the mannequin. So that's that one. Right, now.
Now.
Is it the reveal now?
We can reveal one of them. Do this one last, the darker one last.
Giving it away. Right, so
Well,
now this
not quite.
doesn't come with a pattern. This
No,
is just your 80% merino wool, 20% nylon. This is called Pastel Rainbow. Isn't it gorgeous? Now, this one has been seen before, hasn't it?
This one has been seen on Instagram before.
So this one, you can make the willow out of this one.
You can make the willow shawl.
Or you can make socks out of this one.
You can make socks, you can make hat or fingerless gloves. I have a little fingerless gloves pattern, what just takes 50 grams of it.
Have you got anything made of that?
Not this one, no.
Oh. Right, okay, you only get one for your $22.99. The picture on the web shows 2 for some reason.
It looks better when I send a picture to you, that it looks better with two together than one on its own. That's why it always looks...
Oh, okay, it's your fault then.
It's my fault.
Right, so just explain this one to me then.
It's all dipped. Little sections completely dipped, but it's lovely.
Oh, it is beautiful. This one's called Pastel Rainbow. You get 100 grams. And you can make hats or socks or the willow or anything. This is not the lace weight. This is your 4-ply. That's what it's called.
Or a jumper. You can even knit jumpers out of 4-ply. If you've got a 4-ply jumper, you just...
And would I need more than one?
You'll need more for a jumper,
Yeah,
There's all these people what are doing these nice rainbow jumpers. And where it, it'll move. It'll be sort of little random bits, like this.
Yeah. Lovely.
Where it moves about.
What did we have yesterday? I can't remember now. Oh, the kiddies jumpers yesterday. We had children's jumpers.
You could make I was watching a little bit yesterday. I always watch.
Oh, yes, kiddies jumpers. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Okay, now Hannah wants a unicorn jumper, please, made out of this one. Right, okay, that is beautiful. Is it £22.99? Now you might have seen that one before. That is not brand new today. To us, it's brand new, but not to the world. It's not
brand new to the world,
but it's brand new to us.
It's about 2 or 3 weeks old, this one.
Oh, it's hardly been seen.
It's hardly been seen, but the other ones never been seen. This is the problem, is it? With all the events and everything, you'd normally be at the Knitting and Stitching show and all of those. Yarndale and Spring Into Wool's been cancelled again, because I was supposed to do my first wool show last year, and it was cancelled, and then it was going to go ahead in April at Leeds Grammar School, and it's been cancelled again. And I'm hoping it will be further on in the year.
Oh yeah,
Fingers
crossed. We're all desperate to get to those.
And Yarndale's a big event for
Yarndale
in Skipton.
Oh, okay.
It's a very popular. A lot of people.
Do you live up that way?
No, I live in South Elmsall. I've moved from York 4 years ago, and I live sort of near Wakefield, Doncaster.
I know Wakefield because I went to college at Bretton Hall. Are you near something in Wharfdale? My friend Sheila, the model, lives in, I want to say Barrow in Wharfdale or something like that. Anyway, don't worry. Right, world exclusive, Nick. Oh, do you want to say something else about that one first?
I was just going to say it's all little dip sections, but it is very...
It's like sweetie colours,
It's like sugar diamonds.
Yes.
Should have called it sugar diamonds.
Yeah. I can't eat that. It's got nuts in, but I love to suck the outside off. Right. Now, well, I'm going to let you do the reel because it's yours. So hang on, let's get this right. So a third of the stock of this one has gone already. Mm-hmm. Now we have, so nobody else, except you and hubby, have seen this.
Yeah, and Rebecca.
Oh,
through a picture.
Yeah.
That's all, but nobody else has seen this one.
Okay, so nobody has ever seen this one before. It's not this one.
It's not that one.
Okay, off you go.
It's the bright rainbow. It's very, very...
Oh, it's stunning. It's gorgeous. Can you
I'll unravel this one. It's got neon in the neon yellow in this one. It's very, very bright.
But to get a dye to go that bright, it's not easy, is it?
You have to keep dipping it more. It's not. You have to dip this one more than you would do that one. But it's very, very...
So they're the same colours that in that one, but just dipped for longer, or are they different colours?
They're more or less the same colours.
But you did use a different dye for the brights. These are flying out. These are absolutely flying out.
It is absolutely.
It's gorgeous. But how long does it take you then? So hang on. So do you sit there? How many colours are on there? 7, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Well, that one will have blend from them too. So you won't class that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh.
7-ish.
So
8.
do you have 7 buckets in a row like that? And you go, right, here's the first one, in the green, in the green, in the green, moving on, in
It's
the
like
yellow.
production line.
Yeah, but there's just the 2 of you doing it.
Yeah, there's just 2 of us doing it. One rinses, one dyes, one pegs it out on the washing line. Because I've been posting on Instagram, it's because of the nice weather, it's nice to have it back on the line.
Oh, yeah,
washing line,
totally.
it dries it lovely.
Oh.
So it's nice, a rainbow washing line.
Third of the stock has gone already. Third stock, that in literally minutes, a third of the stock gone. One of these will make a pair of socks. How can you make a hat out of one of those?
You can make. I've got a 4-ply hat coming at some point, but you can make a hat out of it.
There's enough in there.
There's
to make
enough
a hat.
in there. There's enough to make some fingerless gloves.
And there's enough to make the socks in there.
And
well.
you can make socks out of 100 grams.
And you need one to make the. Because imagine the willow in that. The willow would be gorgeous.
Shall I do the willow in this for next time?
Oh yeah. Oh, well, it's obviously up to Rebecca. That's her show.
Well, we're
Don't let
bringing
me.
some more willows out later on in the year.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, trying to get them done while the weather's nice and knitted up and dried on the line for later on.
Exactly. Now, please be careful. There's now fewer than 20 of this. What's it called? Hank. Shank.
Hank, I call it a hank.
You call it Hank.
I call it a hank. Skein.
No, a shank is the bit of the bottom of a button is a shank. Okay, I'm not going to say that, Hannah. Thank you very much indeed. She's telling me what she thinks a shank is, but I'm not going to say. And now Sharon lives in Brierley, near South
Oh, that's not far from me.
Sharon's a very, very regular customer. And when I started the John Scott show, she won the competition on the first day. Sheila says, John, is there a pattern by itself, as I'd like to knit the lovely scarf? I don't think we're doing patterns by themselves.
I do patterns, but you don't.
No, that's fine. We'll go straight.
Go straight
to you. I'll get you on Facebook. Go to Facebook.
Go to Facebook, Twink Knits. I have a Facebook page. It diverts you back to the Etsy shop, and the patterns are all on there.
If somebody wants to send you a message about, I want a purple one, do they send you a message on Facebook?
Just message me on Facebook. Yeah. It's easy.
Perfect. So that's the best way to share. We haven't got the patterns on their own today.
But I do have all the patterns on there.
Perfect. So, okay, single figures now on this one. We knew it was going to be popular, didn't we? Single figures on this one now. It's the Bright Rainbow. Is that what we call it? Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow
Floor. No, not floor. 4-ply yarn. 100 grams in there. The thing is, it's going to look gorgeous whatever you make out of that, whether they're socks, the hat, the mittens or anything. But little child's jumper in that would just be gorgeous. Nice. Oh, especially, we had one yesterday with like little birds here on it, to have the whole of the shirt like that, and then have a little coloured, like a little white bird or something just attached down there. Oh, they're gorgeous. Love them. £22.99. Remember, it's 80% merino wool, 20% nylon, merino wool from the Falklands. I know. Beautiful. Oh, that's so exciting. Now you can have other prep. When are you coming back next?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Rebecca for dates.
Oh, you will be.
I've got lots of things in progress, but
yeah.
I'm just waiting for some things off Rebecca so I can knit them up, because some next couple of ones I think are not actually my wool.
Oh.
The patterns are mine, but not actually my wool, and it'd be very different. But
yeah.
The willow shawl is coming back later on in the year with hats, fingerless gloves, and
are we going to make one out of this?
I'll make one out of that.
Yeah. Whether it doesn't have to be the willow. Make the hat.
In a hat.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 hat patterns, because I've got a double knit hat pattern,
and
I've got a new 4-ply one. I've not typed it up yet. It's got little bubbles on it.
Oh, wow. All in time for winter. You want what, Hannah? She wants a scarf with pom-poms made out of this on the end.
Oh, that would be nice.
Rainbow pom-poms. You can have that, Hannah, at $22.99. Oh, she needs 2. Oh, she's going to have a huge scarf, so she wants 2 with lots of pom-poms on it, just as we go into summer. Anyway, where should we go now? That was just brilliant. They're just gorgeous. Shall we do another recap? Because we need to do a roundup. Because it's got lots and lots of new customers. Welcome to the Yarn Lane family. It's lovely to have you here. So I'll put that one to one side. That goes in there. That one goes in there. Right, lace weight we've had for the very, very first time today. So I'm going to start with this one now. As I've said all the way through it, these are different colour ways, but they're also different patterns. Oh, there's only 4 of this one left. There's only 4 of these left. So you get this is what you make. This is your yarn. This is, remember, this is lace weight. It's called Cottage Garden. You get 800 metres on there. And there's enough in there to make this. And you get the instructions. And this one's called Vintage. Vintage, that one's called. So look at the pattern, because the actual finished knit is different on each of these. So that's that one. Then I've got the Falling Leaves, which I adore, which is this vibrant, lovely, fresh greens and lemons. Well, actually, it's only 2 colours, isn't it, really? It's only like the kind of pale O'Donnell and the lime, but it looks like it's a... Right, there's only 13 of these left. It's a very, very... And I'm not doing a shopping telly thing. It's been very busy, very busy. It really has been very busy. £24.19. You get the pattern and you get the yarn for that one. You need size 4 needles. That's right, isn't it? 4 knitting needles. Then last but not least, we've got Raindrops Are Falling on My Head. It's not called that. Just called Raindrops.
It's my favourite, this one.
Oh, is this your favourite, right?
It's my favourite.
That's a lovely pattern, isn't it, there? Lemon Blossom is the colour of the knit. Now, this one, you get the grey and the lemon. There's how many? 6 of these left. That's all, just 6 of these. Colours are very... You see, you don't think they're going to be subtle when you see that, do you? But then when you knit it up, it's very subtle and beautiful. Fantastic. Then we moved on to the blue 4-ply, which is this one. This one's the brand new colourway of the shawl. This is the willow shawl. You only need one of these to do it, and you get the pattern again. Right, a third of the stock has been checked out, but another third is in basket. So if you want to check out on that, please do. And that's a picture of the finished thing there. Then we showed the rainbow, is it called pastel? Rainbow pastel. That's what we showed. First time here today, but you might have seen this before. If you're a follower of Twink Knits, you might have seen this before of Nicola's. This is lovely. This is the lovely soft tones there of the rainbow. £22.99. Enough there. Now, this one's got nylon in it, so it's good for socks, hats, fingerless gloves. You can make a scarf, you make children's jumpers, whatever you want out of that. That is a 100-gram ball. Then we had this one, which was a brand new world exclusive today. This is Rainbow Bright Neon. Oh, hang on. There are only 7 left. And how many baskets? Okay, please be careful. Please be careful. I don't want you to miss out on that. On this one, right, a lot of people who've bought this one, because the people who've got them in their baskets might have more than one in their basket. So those 7 could go like that. Do you know what I mean? Most people who've bought this one have bought multiples of it. Well, yeah, you might have a pattern and you know how many grams of wool you need, and you might go ahead and make one of those jumpers from yesterday. £22.99. Nicola, it's been a joy. It goes too quickly.
It's
Come
really
all this
gone
way,
quick
and it
today.
flies by, doesn't it?
It's really gone quick today.
Those rainbow ones are glorious. I love them.
I'll have to bring some more rainbowy ones next time.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. They're fantastic. So have a safe journey home.
Thank you.
And I'll have a word with Rebecca about getting in touch with you for your next show, definitely. Now, when's the next Yarn Lane show then? What day is it today? Saturday. It's not tomorrow. Monday. Monday is the next one. And do we know what it is? Yeah. Monday Yarn Lane is Kaif Facet Knitting Kits. Oh, I wonder who the presenter is on Monday. Oh, that'll be Rebecca Reed, won't it? For the very, very first time. Oh, they're going to be gorgeous, aren't they? When he used to come to Sewing Quarter, he'd always sit in the green room knitting and he'd have like about 9 needles all going at the same time and everything. They're fantastic. You know what? It's birthday week next week. So there are treats galore starting on... Monday morning. I mean, obviously don't miss tomorrow because Vix is here tomorrow with Sewing Street for 5 hours. She's got Mark Francis with her tomorrow and he's doing a dressing gown and a versatile top. And I'll be back on next week, birthday week. I'm on Tuesday, Friday and Saturday. So I've only got one Yarn Lane next week, have I? Is it just Tuesday next week? Or have I got Saturday as well? Oh, it's not one on Tuesday, no. Friday. Got Friday. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Thank you for your company. Thank you, Nicola. It's always a joy to see you. And I will see you on Tuesday morning. Vix will see you on Sewing Street tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.